Call the Westfield Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order for December 11th, 2019. Staff, please note the presence of quorum.
Mayor Cook,
Here.
Randy Graham.
Present.
We do have a quorum.
Thank you. Next up is action item number 1, the consideration for approval of minutes from November 13th, 2019. Having had opportunity to read those minutes, are there any additions, corrections, or comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Moved.
I'll second that motion. Motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Randall Graham to approve action item number 1, minutes of November 13th, 2019. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On to action item number 2 under contracts and agreements. Practical Property Group and City of Westfield Snow Contract 2019 to 2022.
Yes, so we contract services with Brightview, have for a number of years. The city is essentially divided into 2 halves. As you can see, the yellow and the blue. Brightview is specific to the blue area. Don't mind the typo here where it says 19 to 20. We'll have that fixed, but it is through 22, specifically November 30th of 22. Essentially, it locks in our price for the 3 years. As you can see on here, for a 1 or 2 to 3.9 snowfall, they plow 85 miles of road for $8,420. Escalates as the.
Practical Property Group, right?
Are we on practical?
Yeah, we're on practical.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Practical.
I just want to
Brightview
make sure.
next. Back up.
So are they yellow?
Practical does yellow. Yeah.
Okay.
This is, I believe, a 3% increase from our last contract, which was the previous 16 through 19.
So, a 2-inch snowfall, they're paid $84.
$8,420. Yep.
And what is the determining factor for the amount of snow?
At big inches,
Yeah, who determines if it's 3.9 or 4?
we do.
You do?
Yes. Yes. Based on our resources, be it the various apps that we use and or our measuring instruments and the news, which is generally wrong, so we have to compile.
That's why we need the other one.
We have to compile our information. If ever it's right on the line, we will work with them to figure it out.
Yeah, because there's a pretty
Start
big...
with the lower amount and see what they say.
Yeah, that's a pretty big jump, between those.
Yep. Well,
So-
a 6-inch or a 5.9-inch snow is a whole lot different than a 2-inch snow from a management perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see, it escalates accordingly. The cost per additional mile is as we bring on new roads annually in their section, they pick those up and it's billed at a per lane mile
Gotcha.
fee.
So you're still doing on the main lines, and they're doing all the...
Correct. This is subdivisions only.
And is this just snow removal, it's not salt?
They do not salt. We salt our own.
Okay, you spray and salt. You're spraying everything now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Would that be Mayor or Jeremy?
I like the stripes.
You do?
Any other discussion?
Direction?
No? Good. I'll move to accept Practical Property Group.
I will second that. A motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Randall Graham to approve action item number 2, Practical Property Group and City of Westfield Snow Contract 2019-2022. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On to action item number 3, Brightview and City of Westfield Contract.
Exact same contract with Brightview. The section is what I described previously. It's blue on the map. They are slightly higher at a cost per lane mile. They also do about half as many miles. So economies of scale, if you will, drives up the cost a little bit for various reasons. One primary reason is Practical Property Group does not have the capacity to do all the roads. So we have to have 2 vendors, but also that way we have a backup plan should anyone try to cancel the contract or want to cancel
Yeah.
the contract, which we have experienced before.
Do you have other people interested in doing this?
No.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
It's a pretty heavy ask. I'm on good authority that Brightview does not make any money. They are doing this as a partnership with the city because of all the other services.
Mowing and whatnot and everything. so.
Mowing, maintenance, landscaping.
This is also through 22.
22, correct.
All right.
And practical was up about 3%, and how does this
They
compare?
are 3% as well.
3% as well, so it,
We actually had to negotiate this one a little bit. They, Brightview came in substantially higher, and we were going to either self-perform or have practical take on as much as they could and self-perform the rest. Brightview changed their tune a little bit, bumped everything up by 3% and took the additional miles that were being offered.
Travis is all ready to go.
Oh yeah, this will be helpful though, because we're currently out of contract.
Let's get it
that's for
done.
Westfield and not Vestfield though, right?
Yes, Westfield, not Bestfield.
Okay.
Say that.
Oh, in the logo, it's gotta be
Cut off.
It's gotta be
Let's see if my
German guy
eyes
did
are
it.
seeing Vestfield.
Westfield.
I'll move to accept Brightview's contract.
I will second that. Motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Randall Graham to approve action item number 3, Brightview and City of Westfield contract. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Under agreements, memorandums of understanding, action item number 4, CCD Harmony and City of Westfield First Amendment to Development Agreement.
So there is an agreement from 2012-ish with J.R. Farmer or Estridge or both for the Harmony development. As a part of that agreement, they were required to improve 151st Street, also construct a roundabout at this location, which the name of the road escapes me, but also a roundabout at Bridgeport, or the entrance of Harmony. The original agreement stipulated that they build it by, I believe, lot number 353. They requested to us that they were able to extend that. There was some conversation about relocating that roundabout instead of building it here, building it at 156th Street. So that conversation took a little bit of time, delayed their design process. They are now asking for an extension of that and to deliver the roundabout by the end of 2020. So it's basically delaying it a year.
We talked about that a long time ago.
Correct.
And they're
And
just
we
now
agreed-
saying it's a delay?
We agreed to allow them to build it in 2020. This is memorializing that change, which has taken a little while.
You've already agreed to it.
Correct.
You want us to agree it?
This would make it official, yeah.
Yes.
They've already missed their deadline for the first agreement.
But you having any just terrible traffic jams out there, Joel?
No,
It's your neighborhood.
no, that isn't actually.
Huh?
It's not my neighborhood.
It's close.
But you'll have a nice new entrance into your neighborhood via the roundabout.
Yeah.
No, we have seen an increase of traffic out there, but it's nothing big.
Surely Jeremy's gonna pave that section of road next year, though.
It's
We
a little
are.
dippy.
Oh, my gosh.
We definitely have some transverse crack settling that Dustin Shoe is currently working on. I know, I had to look
Just
it up.
northbound.
Yep. That is on the plan for next year.
Okay, just
Any
checking.
other discussion?
No, I would move to approve the extension through 2020.
All right, I will second that. Motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Randall Graham to approve action item number 4, CCD Harmony and City of Westfield First Amendment to Development Agreement. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. On to action item number 5, Platinum Properties City of Westfield Park Impact Fee Credit Agreement.
Platinum came to us a while ago with the request that they if they construct this section of the Midland Trail, basically from their property limit up to where it ties in behind Tractor Supply, could they get park impact fee credits for it? We agreed to that. They constructed it. This is a reimbursement agreement for $48,562, not to exceed. This section had already been agreed to be credited to Meyer. Meyer acknowledged that they would no longer have to build it there, it wouldn't be creditable, and transferred the section of land to us. So we own the property, Platinum built the piece of the Midland, we would then reimburse them park impact fees as they generate them from their development. So they'd have credits.
We're good with it?
Yeah. Yeah, John has reviewed all the costs, we went back and forth a little bit, and
So the trail is built?
it is currently.
Where is it?
North-south.
So right here is Tractor Supply, we have this one stretch that they built, it turns the corner, heads south, and ties into an internal trail within this development.
Okay. And then to the top left, that's Myers?
That is the Meyer property, yeah, these two parcels.
Yes.
Meyer building will come down to roughly here. And then they will construct this section of the Midland with their development, so we'll be connected over to Spring Mill.
Which crosses over to the part
Yeah,
behind Westfield
it
Steel.
extends all the way to the here.
So how will you, where do you cross Spring Mill Road?
We'll cross right there. It doesn't currently, but it'll cross at the existing crossing right here.
And then come down?
Go south to around
I see.
Meyer, and then back north.
Okay. Okay, I'll move to accept the park impact fee credit agreement with Platinum Properties.
I'll second that motion. Motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Randall Graham to approve action item number 5, Platinum Properties City of Westfield Park Impact Fee Credit Agreement. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Would entertain a motion on the consent agenda at this time.
So moved.
I will second that. Motion made by Mayor Cook, seconded by Randall Graham to approve the consent agenda as written. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Yes, Joel?
For the record, can I at least state your names?
I realized that after I had ran 100 miles an hour that you may want to do that. I apologize.
Nope, that's okay. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So it's 4 conditional offers based off the continuing background process. But Andrew Bowell, Lisa McGlone, that's McGlohn. Jonathan,
Here, Joel, you need,
I left it in my car. But this one I can't, I wouldn't be able to pronounce anyway. M-A-T-H, are you writing this down?
no,
Mathoudakis. Anybody wants to try it?
Malthadikis or something? Malthadikis?
Yeah,
Close enough.
That's a good drink for-
yeah. And then Ana Consuelo Vasquez. So 4. Andrew is a current police officer in Marion. Lisa, Jonathan, and Anna all are IUPD with the academy, and all are basically employed by IU right now, so.
does IU just cringe when they see you coming?
Bloomington is now starting to cringe too when you come, so
Because they pay for the academy and then we hire them, right?
they do.
Yeah, that works out good for us.
It does.
They need to pay their
Yeah.
But we're starting to attack Bloomington a little bit because there's, for whatever reason, off record, there's a mass exodus out of Bloomington, so we're getting a lot of their good hires, so.
Too many Bloomington people there already.
But these will be good, and this is still early in the process. We're just starting backgrounds, but we need to jump on since we're hiring 12 next year, we need to jump on it, so. Thank you.
That's good. Sorry, by the time I looked back up at that, I'd already ran through it. I apologize.
You have to learn how to say these names, though.
Yes, you better. Or get a better set of glasses.
There's an app that you type it in and it will tell you how to pronounce it, so.
Oh,
Of
nice.
course there is.
I think Scott called.
All right, on to department reports. Chief Reed.
Yeah, we're just, I'm not gonna add today. So a couple of changes we're gonna do for next year is, one is we're not gonna do monthly. Actually, it's kind of funny, it's kind of prophetic for you, Brian. We're gonna do quarterlies as opposed to every month in terms of data, like just statistical stuff.
I think that's a good idea.
And so, we are on track. What I can tell you is that in December, we're on track to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 or 3,600 calls, which is a little bit of an increase from the previous year, but pretty much within the range of what we guessed, so we're good there. We will be going through a lateral entry hiring process starting next week. We're gonna run we got about 30-some applicants, which is really pretty high, from all over the state. As far north as Michigan City. And we will be going through that process with we're gonna make offers before the end of the year and then bring them on January.
How many
January
persons?
21st. Initially, right now, 4, 3 for the new positions, and then we have 1 replacement. That number can go up as we move. We'll probably pull from this list at least twice.
Gotcha.
We have as many as 6 to 9 potentially during the year. Just depends on how many bad meetings they have. The fire rescue medic piece is that position will start in February.
What is that?
Our community paramedicine folks, fire
Good.
rescue medics is what we call them. They will come on board. We're going to do interviews. I want to suggest you in the next couple of weeks, and then, we're going to do, applications close the 20th of December, and then we'll do interviews the first week of January with.
Will this be internal?
Yeah.
Now, I'm getting way ahead of myself, but between the two of you, is this something that we can use in the suicide type that we just had?
I missed the call, but, I mean, technically, yeah, that's probably a mental health component, right?
Yeah.
That's a large component of what that group will do. So, it's just one of many areas. I mean, they're gonna serve a whole multitude of areas, but they will change our whole deployment model within the organization. And, our motto is, we wanna send the right resource to the right call. As opposed to this
Like that.
we send stuff and hope that it's the right combination of things. So, and really with that, that's pretty much it. We're gonna purchase a new medic unit next year, and we just got brand new SCBA's and brand new thermal image cameras. Just showed up, so that's part of our capital plan,
So it's the new medic unit. Is that an addition or a replacement?
placement.
Okay. Okay. Sir?
Good.
Thank you. Chief Rush?
Just real quick, we have Caden Gephardt still in the academy. It just seems like forever to get them back from the academy. He graduates on the 27th. Then he'll start field training after that, and that'll be another 4 months. So, Winyu Sharif, Derek Baldridge, they're both an FTO. They're our most recent hires. Derek was a police officer already for many years. He'll be done probably February, March. And then Winyu will probably be done in April and be solo cars after that. We've lost Noreen Henriquez, and Liz Griffin also put in a verbal notice that Noreen's already gone, but Liz will probably be gone before the first of the year. They're leaving due to just motherhood, and they both are starting up businesses that they're going to be focusing on. So that's why I say 12 people next year. These 4 conditional officers were the first 4 of the 12 for next year. So we'll have 8 more before this board.
Okay.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you. Jeremy?
Sure, I'll keep in line with the hiring, and I can't remember if I mentioned it last month or not.
I saw ads you have out.
We do. We have hired a new inspector in John's department, Andy Stites. He's hit the ground running and doing really well. We have a new member of our street labor crew, which is Stephen Boyer. He started a couple weeks ago. He had a counterpart that started with him that did not go as well as planned, so there's another vacancy there. So we are currently hiring 2, and we are advertising that right now, looking for hopefully our next 2 candidates. From a just maintenance and construction perspective, we are preparing for some potential weather, so we're out brining, or I think they wrapped up early this morning. And then really going into winter mode. A nice project that we completed last week. This is Shamrock Springs Elementary School.
Oh, did you get that sidewalk in?
We did. Yeah, so we have a fair amount of walkers from this community to the elementary school. They had no way to get there short of walking through the grass or down the road. So the neighborhood brought a trail to here, and then we picked it up and extended the concrete sidewalk along the curb to provide access.
Did
to
the school thank you?
They haven't yet, but I'm sure they will. Well, we worked with the school to solve the problem, and it was a cheaper option for us than a trail through here, which will come in the future, but we have not programmed that yet, and we'll hopefully work with an adjacent developer to get that done. Other than that, we are gearing up to start construction on Grand Junction Plaza. Looking for a fence between now and the end of the year, and real construction starting after the first of the year.
What's the status of Bridgewater's 151st Street Trail on the south side?
We had a significant amount of utility conflicts.
I saw all kinds of little markings and flags and paint.
There is a ton of conflicts at that intersection.
Two fiber companies that had to lower their conduits to make room for the trail. They were pretty shallow.
Are they in your right of way?
They're in our right of way, yep, and they are relocating at no cost to us. Unfortunately, it took them a few weeks to get that designed and scheduled. So it's looking like, given that and given the weather conditions, we're probably not gonna get it paved until it gets warmer in the spring.
But as it goes west, it doesn't have anywhere to go anyway.
That's correct. Until the county does their bridge project and their bridge widening over Cool Creek,
What?
there wouldn't be a connection.
They are?
The county is gonna widen their bridge. We're gonna
I
share it.
didn't know that.
Yeah, they're gonna widen their bridge to accommodate a trail for us. So we are sharing a part of the cost of that, but that is the game plan.
Oh. When is that?
Well, it was gonna be early next year, but they lost their bridge engineer at the county and they're still trying to hire one. So that project has not moved forward very quickly, unfortunately.
Why don't we rent a Michael? He knows how to do bridges.
I don't think so, I'm sorry. I don't think I can.
We are working on it though, and
Well, it's not a,
yeah, I don't know if it's, we've got certainly bigger fish in the city to fry perhaps, but we are gonna press on the county to get that done as quickly as we can so we can
yeah,
complete that.
that'd
trail.
be really a nice addition.
Agreed.
Connect that whole east side to the shopping center.
And we've been working on that project for well over a year now. We have there's 2 bridge crossings. There's another ditch crossing right there, or no, it's right here. I don't know what the timeline is on that one, but
Well, now that one's just a box culvert extension, so that's not as critical. But with the bridge crossing or the bridge widening there, we're running into utilities again. There's overhead electric, there's a sanitary line, there's a large water main. So there's just a lot of utilities running along the south side of 151st Street, unfortunately, that we have to deal with. So we're working through it.
Okay. And someday the visibility will be better at that Oak Road intersection.
that's what I'm hopeful. we own some property there now. One step. With that, any other questions?
Well, I'll think of more later.
Somebody with a chainsaw, I guess.
Anything else for now, sir?
No, I'm, good.
There's no further business. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion made by Randall Graham, seconded by Mayor Cook to adjourn the meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned. Meeting adjourned. Meeting adjourned.